it's going to be the Squirtle battle.
I feel like he's been playing around with a few people.
Yeah.
He's been saying like, oh, I'll go sword fighter for this. I'll go this character for this. I think he finally just wants to like get someone which he can say, this is my character. This is what I do.
And also, this is going to be an interesting match to watch because these, like to my knowledge, these are like the 2 trainers that have pretty much like practiced stuff with Squirtle the most. Like the only other trainer that I know in the region, at least at this moment, is Yumu, and he like a lot of the other trainers that I see, they usually are pretty heavy on Ivysaur, Charizard, like stuff like that. Really, Ned and Pete are the only 2 that I see that will like let the Squirtle rock up until like high percents.
So I feel like this is kind of a matchup though that even though a lot of people use Pokemon Trainer, not a lot of people like depend a lot on their Squirtle too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been hearing the debate where, like, Squirtle, I mean, he's got his strengths and he's got his weaknesses, and a lot of people just kind of prefer Ivysaur because when Ivysaur has the advantage state, like, she can lock it down, like, really, really handily. And, of course, obviously, like, when it comes to edge guarding, Ivysaur has a little bit more utility, obviously, with the Nair and the down air. Like, those big hitboxes that you can throw out by the ledge. So, it's...
I mean, most people tend to use, Squirtle as, like, the person to, get around the speed and try and pile on some damage, but they don't depend on him to get those kills.
Yeah.
But Ned already up, taking in the first stock, and I'm seeing where this Squirtle is coming from.
Right, nice forward air. Try to get something with the reverse back air too, but not going to get it. Ned just kind of spacing things out. Oh, good catch on there by Pete.
Oh, switch to the Charizard. No, it's not going to make it.
Switched way too low. He wasn't going to be able to get back, so
he wanted to, he wanted to try and keep it on Ivysaur, and it just wasn't enough.
Oh, just a little bit too far out. And there, we were talking about some of the failings that Squirtle has. That's one of them is if you lose a jump with Squirtle, you better hope that you lose it close to the stage because there's a good chance that once that happens, you're not going to be coming back.
If you lose your jump with Squirtle, you better hope you can switch to Ivysaur quickly. That's the big thing. Just because the recovery is so much better. I don't even have time to speak.
Yeah, Ned tends to do that. Ned plays fast and he plays hard. Like with a character that has a plethora of different play styles. Like I was talking to a couple of people out in Ignition about this earlier. Is that like you really don't see, you only see like a handful of trainers that play in like air quotes the same style. When really all trainers across the board, they kind of have their own like philosophies and ways. Like yes, they have like overall the same like game plan because that's just how this character works. But like the way that they achieve that win condition is kind of different throughout like each player. Like they all try to focus on their strengths and try to hide their weaknesses at the same time. So that's like it's interesting to see those kinds of differences.
I mean, I like the versatile characters, and they're always just so exciting. Granted, maybe not when you're playing against them, but watching them is really fun.
Yeah. Oh, no, I love watching Squirtle mirrors. Like. This is like going to be very fast-paced, like right out the gate. Like they're just like utilizing their movement, trying to get into like an advantageous position early.
Oh my God!
Oh, Ned,
calm down, please.
Ooh.
Let's see, immediately going back to the Squirtle, and I'm not sure if I want this Charizard pick from PAC Diesel. Oh, there we go, right back to the Squirtle.
So within the span of roughly 30 seconds. Ned has already taken a very demanding lead, and he's looking to build on it. But that flub there is going to put it back at 2 stocks apiece.
I feel like we're cursed or something. I don't know. But let's get back into it.
Using the Razor Leaf just to kind of space a little bit.
See, PAC is also starting to respect some of the space a little bit more. When Ned has the space, he is picking his approaches.
Yeah. He's acknowledging like his windows when Ned misspaces something and utilizing that great ground speed that Squirtle has to go in and get that punish. That's why like PAC Diesel has been staying on Squirtle because, like for that primary reason.
Oh!
Yo, let's go, Pete.
He is not going to stop talking about that for the rest of the night.
That's going to be like no rest of the night. No, he's going to be talking about that for at least like a good couple weeks.
He's going to submit that to some montage. I don't know what yet, but I don't even know what's going to be for, but I don't know. He's going to do it, I can tell you.
So now that he's like in command, Pete's starting to play at Ned's pace, but right now Ned has evened it up still is not in percent lead. So as long as Pete finds some way to slow it down, doing a really good job of just kind of keeping Ned out. But as long as Ned gets in with like one good string with Squirtle, he could bring this right back. Easily over to Charizard.
Back a string.
And this is where it gets really dangerous because Charizard's a big target.
Just missing the sweet spot, but fact is, we're trying to get him a little bit off him, and he's sticking to this Charizard. I'm not sure if he thinks that Charizard would be the best option in this case, or if he just knows that if he switches to Squirtle, that's just a bad decision to handle.
Charizard by the ledge. Get up attack, not going to hit it.
Oh.
He gets grabbed out of it, back throw. It's not going to do it.
He's looking for the forward air. Just missing.
Not showing any fear with the edge guard. Oh, the flare blitz. And that was the mistake.
Ned recognizing the recoil from that. It was perfectly played.
Like, honestly, like, that second game, though, he had a little bit of the fire in that, like, especially that one stock that he took with the footstool. Like, you guys think we're kidding when we say that, like, Pete's going to be talking about that for, like, the next week.
That, like, put him a switch in his head.
Oh, no, like... No, and also like knowing how like he interacts with Ned, I'm pretty sure he's just gonna let him know about that any moment that he gets.